It's about to be a what? Girl fight. Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya are not doing well ahead of the new season of Euphoria. Apparently, Zendaya is refusing to do press with Sydney Sweeney. Andy Richter is ruining Dancing with the Stars. We need to talk about it. And what in the Chappell Roan are we still doing with this girl and the paparazzi? I'm kind of over her. We'll probably rant about her, but lots to get into. I hope you're ready for it. Let's dive in. This is No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everybody in the club. What's going on? Happy Monday. Monday fun day. It is November 10th. Yeah. I've been up since 4, living life, doing all the damn things. I've already taped somebody else's podcast this morning. So we are getting Monday off and going. I'm getting my Botox touched up today because I have to get ready for this weekend because I'm going to Vegas this weekend. I'm actually excited to go to Vegas because I'm going to see so many of my friends. I have my schedule is starting to fill up with all the things we're doing. We're celebrating my friend Shannon's birthday this weekend, and we're doing BravoCon and we're doing New Kids, and it's going to be a fun whirlwind of a trip. So we shall see. Look at how shiny and nice my hair looks. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Did anybody do anything fun? What did I do? I went on a date. I went speed dating, but I already talked about that on Friday. What happened? What did I do over the weekend? I went on a date on Saturday, and I was almost kind of annoyed because at first he was trying to cancel the day of, and I was like, oh, red flag, never letting this happen again. Never going to go out with him again. He ruined his chances, but he ended up rallying, and we went out and we went to a wine bar and had a lovely time. And I'm trying to determine whether or not I want to go out with him again. I don't know. I kind of already sense some compatibility issues, but then I'm like, am I being too picky? Because obviously the older we get, the older your eggs are getting. And when you're getting older and your eggs are getting older, pickings become a little more slim. And I just wish other people understood pickings become slim. I want at least some good loves of my life before I finally settle down with my final husband, right? I need a couple of good marriages that maybe wreck me in the right ways, with a good heartbreak to make you rebuild and do better and buy a sports car and all that stuff. Did you get it on? No, Susie, I didn't. We did not get it on. I'm not that guy anymore to always do it on the first date. I don't know. I feel like I've grown and I evolved. Joyce says, "Oh my God, Zach, you're a baby. Don't rush." I'm not rushing, but I'm just saying if I want a few good loves of my life, I need to start getting them in now. Let's get the 30s stacked. What are some of your deal breakers? Cindy, what are some of my deal breakers? You have to want kids. And that's kind of a big one because I really want kids. And when the topic of kids came up on the date, because listen, at this point, we need to get it all out there, right? We need to talk kids. We need to talk marriage. We need to talk where you see yourself living in 10 years. We need to talk your family situation, because if you're not close with your family, red flag, right? We might as well just put politics on the table as well, because if that's going to be a deal breaker for you, let's just have that conversation now and go our own ways. But when it came to kids, he was just he said that he was open to kids, but that he thinks it's completely irresponsible to bring a child into this world with the current climate that the world is in. I was just like, what? And then I almost kind of felt, Susie said, you said you never marry. I know, that was a joke. Obviously, I'm not going to have 5 husbands. I don't think I'm going to have 1 husband. But, it is what it is. Open to kids is a red flag. Why is open to kids a red flag? Why is open to kids a red flag? Are you saying kids should not no kids? That's kind of a thing right now. People are no kids. And I'm just no kings, no kids. What can we do these days? Where is the fun left these days? The The world is the climate because people don't know how to parent anymore. Yeah, phones are not parents. Yes, I agree with you there, Joy. That's a really good point. I just think like you can still raise a child in this world. It's about priorities. It's about what you focus on. It's about how you raise your kid. And if you think there are no good people left in the world, then like try to raise a good human being that can hopefully be a catalyst that can change things. I don't think the solution is to stop having children. Like, I don't think that that's the solution to the world. The solution is to have better children, to raise better children, because they will be our future. They will fix things that we can't. They're going to fix the worlds that will break, but only if we continue to put good children into this world. But then I also think like we're raising people to be so selfish because we're just like, oh, well, I would rather go on 12 vacations this year than have to worry about a kid. And it's like, well, yeah, that's fun. And I'm not against going on vacation and traveling and doing all these things, but also just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. T-Bomb says, I'm raising my girls to change the world. Girls who run the world. Girls who run this, girls who run this. Before I said no kids, but now I'm getting older and I think who's going to take care of me when I'm old? Your nurse? Oh my God, you guys, I heard the wildest story over the weekend too. This woman that I used to know from like years and years ago, she got married and she married a blind guy. Okay. And like, great, sweet, right? Like, do the Helen Keller thing. Um, and apparently, last time I'd seen of her on social media, she had just married this blind dude, and good for her, right? But then she got divorced. I found it over the weekend. She got divorced. And so she's no longer married to the blind guy because get this, he left her for his nurse because apparently the nurse had bigger boobs. I was like, what in the coconut tree? What? First of all, how does he even know that the nurse has bigger boobs? He can't see. He's blind. And second of all, if he does know that the nurse has bigger boobs, the nurse was doing something to let him know that she had bigger boobs. Right? Like, what in the Helen Keller is going on here? Which, like, also, let's be real. The story about, like, Helen Keller with, like, her and her forbidden lover, like, let's call that spade a spade. That was, like, not a forbidden lover. That was a no-no. That was a no, who left her with this man, and suddenly, no. I get why the family was not in support of that Romeo and Juliet love story ending. Like, he was coming to grift Helen Keller, and he was, satisfying her in ways that Anne, her teacher, couldn't or wouldn't. So Ariana says, well, you have other senses heightened when you're blind. Oh, what? He can hear her big boobs bouncing? Like, what? Ariana, I don't know what that logic is, but that's crazy. And also the nurse, like talk about the ethical practices of that nurse. Imagine you take your blind dad to the hospital. Well, actually, no, your husband, because that was her husband. And like, she just accepted defeat. And I was like, no, you go to that hospital and you beat that nurse. You know what I mean? Like, bring back consequences of our actions. That's what we need as well. We need to bring back consequences. Oy vey, mamma mia, here I go again. Okay, let's take a quick ad break and then we'll probably get into more of home wrecking nurses. We'll definitely talk Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya, Andy Richter, which I have a lot of feelings about. But first, a message from this week's sponsors. It's so satisfying to get great deals on the things your home actually needs, especially before the holidays. I'm telling you, Wayfair is the place to shop for all things home. Everything from sofas to spatulas, you name it, they have it. And it's on sale during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. Starting October 30th, you can shop Wayfair's can't miss Black Friday deals all month long. Wayfair has styles you can't find anywhere else. No generic pieces that you've seen 100 times, okay? So you can make your home feel more like you. And right now, you can get up to 70% off during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. Plus, you can sit back and relax. With Wayfair's fast and easy shipping, everything home comes right home just in time for the holidays. All right. I've already started looking. I mean, I think I'm doing more shopping for myself on Wayfair more than I've bought any gifts for anybody else. But with this Black Friday savings, like my living room is going to be stocked. It may be time to even upgrade the studio, right? Don't miss out on early Black Friday deals. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals for up to 70% off. That's wayfair.com. Wayfair, Wayfair.com. Sale ends December 7th. If you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding, but you feel totally stuck on what to try next, I get it. There are so many products out there that it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. And that's exactly why I gave Nutrafol a closer look, right? It's not just the hype, it's physician formulated, clinically tested, and even recommended by dermatologists. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. That's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I feel like my hair is stronger, shinier. I feel like even my hairline is starting to strengthen. So if you want to see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months, try Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. Let's talk Dancing with the Stars. Andy, is it Richter or Richer? It's Richter, right? The more that I see this man on my television screen, the more I want to break my TV, okay? Because the people that are voting for him have broken brains, okay? Like, first of all, the fact that they think that he deserves to stay week after week. We already got rid of Ben Affleck's cousin, Jen Affleck, okay? Already terrible. And I get it. People are like, oh, but like he's so sweet and I love his story. Jen was sweet. And I loved Jen's story. She just had a baby, okay? She's postpartum. She literally is waltzing around the dance floor, practically swinging from the chandelier. And yet you got rid of poor Jen. And then you went and got rid of Topanga. How dare you? How dare you get rid of 2 American sweethearts? And you want to be like, oh, well, Andy's story is so sweet. Why? Because he's a big boy? Well, Topanga had breast cancer. And I'm sorry, a big boy versus breast cancer? Come on. Topanga actually danced. She was improving. She was getting better. But at this point, I'm fully convinced that Dancing with the Stars is nothing but elder abuse. And Topanga started that, okay? When she brought Mr. Feeney's deathbed ass onto that stage. Poor Mr. Feeney. And she's like, give me an A. And he gave her an A. But like you could tell, you know, the A he was looking for was up in heaven because he's ready. He's like the fact that she brought him out there. I was like, poor baby's about to. This is his final appearance on television. This is going to be the last time we saw Mr. Feeney. So we got rid of Topanga, and now we're not going to screw it up, okay? America, I need you to listen to me and listen to me hard, okay? Especially all the people on the West Coast, okay? Because all the people on the West Coast are like, well, it's not fair because, you know, we don't get to vote because the voting is closed by the time that we're watching it. Shut up. Yes, you can. You can vote right now, okay? Well, not right now, but you can, you know, when it starts airing. You don't even need to watch the dances to know that Andy doesn't deserve your vote. Like, who is literally like, oh, let me make sure, let me get my handy dandy little notebook out and let me make sure 10s, 7s, 6. Oh, did Andy improve this week? No, he doesn't deserve one spot, okay? He doesn't deserve to be there anymore. We gave him his courtesy brownie points after Corey Feldman. It should have been Andy Richter. Okay, so we need, like, it's time. It's time. My heart cannot handle, nor can his. I feel like you're giving him cholesterol with every vote that you give. Like at this point, we need to start a new campaign to save Andy's knees because poor baby boy is breaking week after week, right? His neck, his back, his bussy, and his crack, all of it. All of it. Oh my God. And everyone's saying we learned nothing from Bobby Bones season. Okay. I did not watch Bobby Bones season, but people are afraid that it's going to happen again. And I've already seen people on the Tickety Talk and they're like, okay, I have to admit, I was one of the ones that voted for Bobby all the way to the end. And then he won. And they were like, and he, like, we were shocked because we didn't, like, we were voting for him because we wanted him to win. And then he won. And we were like, ooh, this is our fault, you know? So let's not do that. I didn't watch Bobby Bones, Benson Boons, whatever. I didn't watch him. I didn't care to watch him. But now I'm invested. And I'm invested in saving the dignity of Dancing with the Stars and saving Andy's knees. Okay? Those are the two things that we're doing. Because that poor man, if you watched that group dance, let's talk about that, shall we? The group dance where you saw Team Chicago and you had Whitney on there and they were doing all the things, right? And then they had Carlton and he was doing the little Carlton. He was like, yeah. And the team, like, really 10 out of 10, right? The dance was great. They utilized Carlton really well. And then they had Julianne Huff's team, where they team cool with the K. Okay, first of all, you're never cool when you spell it with the K. Okay, that's never cool. It's never been cool. It's never going to be cool. That's like ending things with a Z, right? And I love Z's. My name is spelled with a Z, but Team Chicago killed that. Team Cool did not kill it. The only thing it was killing was Andy's back. Okay. Because you could even see, if you watched that performance, you can see that he stopped. He like took a breather in the middle of the dance. He was like he took a whole beat, a few beats, you know? People are like, well, Whitney and Alex have dance experience. I don't give a damn. Of course they have dance experience. They're dancing with the stars, okay? The fact that this is even an argument and that you think because Whitney used to be a dancer that she deserves to be there more than Andy, did you just fall out of a coconut tree? It is time to become unburdened by what has been. I'm trying really hard. You exist in the context of all of which is and what came before you. And it is time for Andy to be in the past. Okay? We are turning the page. Turning the page. This is the most important election of our lifetime. And it is time that we do not let Andy win. Okay? It is time. Jesus. Swear to God. Swear to God. We have one more week to get it right. Okay? One more week. This is the most. If you're on the West Coast and I know voting closes early for us, so start voting early. You already know that Andy is going to suck. You don't need to sit there and be like, let's see how well Andy does this week. I'll tell you, terribly. Okay? Terribly. Unburdened Andy. Unburdened Andy and unburden us. Thank you. Thank you. J Tor says, that's not what I meant, Zach. I meant that they shouldn't be praised so much more than Topanga because they have experience. Yes, that is true. Sorry. Because so they call themselves Fandies or Fannies for Andy. I don't care what they call themselves. So all the little Fannies for Andy, they're just like, well, everybody else has dance experience and he doesn't have dance experience. So that's not fair. So we like him. And I'm like, shut up. You don't even sound smart. Okay. Your argument sounds stupid. Okay. Stop voting for Andy. Like, they're the people that have like 4 fucking devices, right? They're on their Apple Watch and they're like, Andy, Andy, Andy. And then they're on their iPad and they're like, Andy, Andy, Andy. And then they're on their work phone and they're like, Andy, Andy, Andy. And then they're on their Obama phone and they're like, Andy, Andy, Andy. They're using all their phones and all their devices. And I cannot anymore. I truly cannot. I cannot. Purple Pearl says, Zach, holy guacamole. So love the activation. It's just, you have no idea how deeply I feel this in my soul. Okay. In my soul. Susie says, I begged him to be activated, made my snow in day. Listen, I wasn't even expecting to be this activated. Quit trying to make Andy happen. Exactly. Isaac said, Andy, 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 Andy. Shut up. Shut up. You guys, I swear if we fumble this ball one more time, I am going to riot. Yes, Sydney, I said it. T with Tambo says, people, this is just in. No voting for Andy, Andy, Andy. Exactly. No, Andy. Also, did you know? Here's a fun fact that I just learned over the weekend. The reason they allow you to send in 10 votes per contestant, because you can text, and Andy, and no, we're not texting Andy. We're text Elaine. Okay. I don't even care. Text Dylan and his white boy rhythm. That at least I can Elaine has gotten better, and so has Dylan. They're not great and they don't end up in the final 2, but they've gotten better. Okay. They have gotten better. But I didn't realize the reason you're allowed to vote 10 times is because it's like you're giving them a score, right? You can send in 3 votes if you thought their dance was 3 out of 10. Crocodile Sun. Yes, J Tor. Crocodiles. Why? I don't like your name being J Tor because it makes me think of Baitor, like a master Baitor, and I don't like it. But yes, I do love Crocodile Sun. Crocodile Sun can win. We can vote for Crocodile Sun. Crocodile Sun or Mom Talk Whitney. That's where I'm going. That's where my money's at. I know people like Alex. I personally don't Like, if we're going based off of dance and personality, I like Whitney and I like Crocodile Sun better. So there's that. It's supposed to be JT, but the settings were weird. Oh, got it. That's dumb. 10 votes, 1 per caller. Caller? What in the radio? What? What are you doing dial-up to send in your vote? Joy, it's via text message now. Can you still call it in? Is that what's happening? It's the geriatric people on their landline phones, just like they have their landline, they're twirling the cord and they're like, Andy, 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 Andy. I didn't know you could still call. Who is calling? Oh my God. That is a system we need to abolish. Oh my goodness. My heart. My heart. Heart. Can you please come narrate my corporate office happenings like this? Like what? Like the blind man that left his wife for his nurse, or like the Andy Richter? 10 votes per line. Got it. They get 10 calls? What? Somebody said Dylan is spelled Andy. People create multiple emails and vote 100 times. What? Who in the world has that? People with Obama phones. I was gonna say, who has that kind of time on their hands? Okay. Abolish landlines. Yep, that's the next slogan of my campaign. Don't screw it up. Do not screw it up. Okay. We need to save Dancing with the Stars, and we need to hashtag save Andy's knees. It's Blake bots. I believe it. I believe it. Blake bots would be the type to vote for Andy 10 times on their phones, on their emails, on all of it. I believe the Blake bots would do. People are emailing in votes. That's not a thing. That's a conspiracy theory. You cannot. How do you vote on Dancing with the Stars? How do you vote on Dancing with the Stars? How do you vote on Prop 50? First of all, if you didn't know how to vote on Prop 50, then you should not be voting on Prop 50. Okay. I'm just going to tell you that right now. If you didn't know how to do it, don't. Please don't. I fear it was not going to be a good decision that you made. So it's best you just skip this one. Okay, sister? Okay. You can vote on Dancing with the Stars by texting the celebrity's name to 21523 or by voting online. You guys are fucking lying to me. You're telling me that people are voting via email and sending pigeon votes? Bull fucking shit. Pigeon emails. Come on. You think I just fell out of a coconut tree? Only boomers and bots are emailing in votes. You can't email in the votes. You vote online. When does voting open? These are the questions we need to know. Okay. Because you can vote online. Sign in. Got it. Oh, you have to sign in with your ABC. I have to sign up for an ABC account. Okay, I'm not doing that. Important details. Voting is only open during the live broadcast. You must vote during the window. Okay, so we need to. What is the window? When is the window? Because we have enough people here on the West Coast that can help not get Andy voted off. Voting is now closed. Okay. Voting opens again on Tuesday at 8/7 Central. So 8 Eastern, 8/7/6/5. So 5 o'clock our time. We can vote at 5. Okay. Set your calendar right now. Don't vote for Andy at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. Okay. There you go. Start of a show until the last competition dance. Okay. Got it. But I'm just saying, if you're not watching, then like you need to know the time zone if you're on a different time zone of when you can vote, even if it's not airing live in your city. You know? Man, Zack is really digging in here. Period. I fight for justice. Bo too. I fight for justice every day. Always have. And this is just my new, social justice warrior campaign. Wakanda forever. I will remind you on the show tomorrow too. Okay. Don't you worry. All right. We're going to take another quick ad break and then we're going to get into Sydney Sweeney versus Zendaya. Ha ha ha. Listen, your friend who's experiencing full body betrayal in the bathroom does not want a beard oil kit, okay? Give them daily dignity and endless luxury they'll actually use with a Tushy bidet, okay? I just got my very first Tushy bidet. I have to say, first of all, it was super easy to set up, and it doesn't ruin my bathroom aesthetic, and I feel fresh, right? Inside and out. I just feel like when I come out of the bathroom, I feel like a brand new person. Tushy is the everyday luxury bidet that instantly transform your bathroom habits and bottom health for life. It's the perfect gift to indulge every personality on your list, okay? Tushy bidet is a daily techie luxury that's refreshingly practical and easy to use. 99% of people who wash with Tushy Wave feel cleaner and fresher after going to the bathroom. Tushy Wave instantly modernizes your daily routine and bathroom with a super sleek seat plus 2 separate front and rear nozzles for the most complete clean. Okay, you're gonna feel fresh. Remember, a-hole is only a naughty word if you wipe. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code NOFILTER at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com and use the promo code NOFILTER. That's hellotushy.com, promo code NOFILTER. Fall already feels like a reset. Between back to school, busier routines, shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. I get it. I feel it, right? That's why I love Factor. Their chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. My fridge is fully stocked with Factor meals. They're delicious and they're convenient. I just pop it in the microwave and it's ready in minutes. They have lots of variety, different meals, choose from wider selections of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. You can support your wellness goals, even enjoy more GLP-1 friendly meals and a new Mediterranean diet option, which is packed with protein and good for you healthy fats. Eat smart at factormeals.com/nofilter50off and use code NOFILTER50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping for 1 year. That's code NOFILTER50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a whole year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Ariana said, "Oh, I'm definitely voting for Andy. I love him. You know what? You're the reason he's going to need a knee replacement, okay? You're breaking that man's knees every day. Elder abuse. Elder abuse. Period." Oh, yeah. Can we get a visual commercial of you using Tushy? Everyone wants to see my Tushy? Okay. Yeah. I actually don't know how to respond to that. Okay, let's talk about. Do you want to talk about Chappell Roan? I guess we can talk about Chappell Roan. My God, how exhausting is she? Every time I hear or see the name Chappell Roan, I'm just like, oh, I Chappell moan every single time. I Chappell moan because she, to me, is just so insufferable, and I don't appreciate her existence. Because I just think she's not a nice lady. She's not a nice girl. She's very mean to the paparazzi. She's very mean to her fans, and I don't appreciate that life. Wayfair, they got just what I need. But it's so funny. So there was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame hosted by Disney and ABC, and I believe Chappell was introducing Cyndi Lauper. You know, time after time, if you look in your mouth, and you will find me. Time after time, if you look and you fall, and you will find me. Time after time, and girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Moonwalk in the middle of the night. Your father says, don't you gonna live with your life? Oh, daddy, did you know the fortunate ones? And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. What they really want is fun. So she was having fun. Girls just want to have fun. But it's funny because before Chappell Roan walked the red carpet at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame event, the publicist came out and had to give the paparazzi very specific instructions. Let's take a look.
Chappell's coming. No one will yell at her or she will be so quiet. Everyone be quiet, be nice, smiley.
Don't get violent tonight. Can you do a spin for us, please?
Here, let's play it again.
Okay, Chappell's coming. No one will yell at her or she will be so quiet. Everyone be quiet, be nice, smiley.
Do you hear them laughing? She's like, everyone be quiet, be nice, and smiling. They're like, don't yell at her, don't talk to her, don't look her in the eye. I'm just like, really? Are we really doing this? She's not even that special. She really is not. I mean, she does have some good music and her voice is lovely, but like, come on. This is ridiculous. Remember, she was always like calling at them and trying to fight with them and doing all that stuff. And I'm just like, are we? She just gives me, I have Chappell fatigue. Like, truly, Chappell fatigue. Take me to church. So annoying. People are dragging, they're saying that those aren't the lyrics to the girls just want to have fun. Says who? Literally says who? Moonwalk in the middle of the night. My father says, when you gonna do your life right? Oh, daddy, did you know the fortunate ones? 'Cause girls, they wanna have fun. Time after time. Time after time. Those are absolutely the lyrics. What are you talking about? It's been a little, I think someone's getting dementia. So, a little bit mixed, but the words individually are correct. Are they? Moonlight in the middle of the dark, moonwalk in the middle of the night. Sing time after. That was time after time. Time after time. What a time. I know time after time. How am I forgetting time after time? Let's see. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me time after time. If you look and you fall and you will find me time after time. I'll catch you because I will be waiting time after time. She's waiting for you to fall. Interesting. Kenny says, you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Got it. It's a beautiful song. You may be destroying it. Ouch, Susie. Shots fired. Like, shots very fired. Breaking my heart. There's one of many reasons I strand things, all 80s music. Got it. Susie said, there you go. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. I can't type. Okay. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. I can't type. Like that? He had one of his out of office gummies. I did not have one of my out of office gummies. I'm pretty sure those are the exact lyrics. Thank you, Ashley. At least somebody here is supportive. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya, because people are thinking Sydney Sweeney's career is over because they didn't like that she was doing the GQ interview. And then the lady was like, what did the lady say? Oh, she was like, what do you think about your genes being white supremacist? And then Sydney Sweeney was like, what? What? And she's like, yeah, President Trump tweeted at you. And she was like, I was shocked. And then the lady was like, aren't you a white supremacist? Huh? Is that what you are? A white supremacist? Eugenics? And then Sydney Sweeney's like, listen, when I have something to talk about, you'll hear about it. Period. And so now people are mad at her. And they're just like, what? And then the girl, who was the other actress? There was another actress who like spoke out. She was from White Lotus. She was the one with the teeth from White Lotus. And didn't she die in the end? I think she gets shot. Spoiler. She was the White Lotus lady. The last season of White Lotus was not it, but she was the lady and she fell in love with the guy with the curly hair. And she had the teeth. That's how you remember her, with the teeth. So she was not happy. She's not happy with Sydney Sweeney because she's just like, what? presuming that you're not a white supremacist, at least say how horrified you were by how this campaign was amplified and celebrated by unpenitent racists who believe in eugenics. You know who else believed in eugenics? Helen Keller. It's a true story. Google it. That's actually true, according to Wikipedia. So, yeah, Amy Lou Who. Yes, that's her name. Amy Lou Who. Amy Lou, who is she? Amy Lou Wood. That's not much better. Amy Lou Wood. So yeah, she was not happy about Sydney Sweeney, who I think Sydney Sweeney has also been in White Lotus. I don't think she was in this most recent season though, but she was, right? Or was she in this most recent season? Was she with the brothers when the brothers were jerking each other off? That was a wild season. This past season was just crazy. But anyway, I'm just like, okay, teeth, sit down. Nobody asked you for your opinion, and she's not like Sydney Sweeney does not support eugen. It was a jeans ad, and people made it out to be more than what it actually was. They made it into a controversial thing because they don't like Sydney Sweeney, and they want to position her as MAGA or whatever. And I'm just like, get over yourselves. But so apparently now there's beef between Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya, and so according to the Daily Mail, it is rooted in their difference of politics. Okay. So I guess Zendaya is refusing to do any press with Sydney Sweeney, even though they're both on Euphoria together, and they have to promote the new season, the final season, season 4. And I don't know. To me, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm not shocked, right? People are like, oh, well, Zendaya has a lot to protect, and Zendaya has a brand to protect, and she doesn't want to make it look like, she endorses anything that Sydney Sweeney is about. And this is what's so stupid and fake, because I bet you anything Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney behind the scenes are probably fine. Because let me tell you how Hollywood works. They're all fucking fake, okay? I've dealt with enough people who are so fake. They don't care about how you feel or what your politics are or any of that. They truly do not care. What they care about is that if you say it publicly, then they can't be your friend anymore. They may like you as a person. They may know you're a better person than they are. They may know that you have a good character and you're caring and you're loving and you'll help all the homeless and the toothless and all that, right? They know exactly who you are, but yet they will still distance themselves from you if you publicly have a viewpoint that's the unfavorable viewpoint. Happens all the time. They don't really care, but what they care about is their image. And that's what we're seeing here with Zendaya. Zendaya is not fighting for her morals. She's not fighting for her values. She's fighting to preserve her image in Hollywood. And I see through it. It's fake, it's phony, it's pandering, and it's dumb. And the more people do stuff like this is what I will give to Taylor Swift, right? Because Taylor Swift was very much against President Trump, and Brittany Mahomes was obviously, a supporter of President Trump. But one thing Taylor Swift did is she still kept her friend in her life. And we've still seen Taylor and Brittany hang out together and have a friendship. And I think that's, that's, I think, a powerful thing, a powerful message. And I know people got mad at me when I said that last summer when Taylor decided to go to the football game and she hung out with Brittany and they were spotted and photographed together, for sure. Zendaya cares about her wallet. She does, but, we see right through it. So, but then people are like, oh, well, Sydney Sweeney, her new movie just flopped. And she's not like, I don't know. The Daily Mail did this whole piece on Zendaya and how they think that, her career is over and she's become damaged goods after, her jeans ad, and then how she handled it in her GQ interview. And like, it's all over. It's all over. Remember the days when we didn't want celebrities to speak out about politics? And then now it's like, you have to like buckle and pander and do all of this stuff. It's so annoying. And I just don't care. I genuinely just don't care. But you know what, Sydney Sweeney, you do you, boo. It is a bummer if this really is where Zendaya stands and she's drawing a hard line in the sand, because I just don't think that that's fair. But whatever. Kris Jenner celebrated her 70th birthday over the weekend. I believe it was at Jeff Bezos' house, and all sorts of stars were there, right? Zuckerberg, I think, was there. Tyler Perry was there. Oprah was there. Gail was there. It was actually wild. 70, and she looks great. Great. I mean, good lighting, good filters, whatever, but she definitely looks great. And I'm very much here for it and very excited. Very much excited for Kris Jenner's new face. Even if it is a little filtered sometimes, I think it still looks fantastic. Fantastical. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, did you hear Taylor Swift's bridesmaids have been revealed? Guess who's not one of them? Oh, Blake Lively is not one of her bridesmaids, but Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid are expected to be bridesmaids for Taylor Swift. Dun dun dun. I guess Gigi Hadid, according to a source, was super excited. She was thrilled. She wasn't even expecting to be asked. And, Selena Gomez, I think that's great. So those are the two, I think the only two stars that she's having in the wedding. But we shall see. That's exciting. But no Blake Lively. Seems like Blake has officially been iced out of the cool girl club. Zack, in the beginning of your career, did you pander? I'm honestly asking. I feel like in the beginning we have to until we don't. No. I think I would have had a much bigger career a lot sooner if I had pandered. I've never pandered. Listen, so much so, and I've talked about this. Like people now, anytime I say anything that people deem controversial, they like get all puffy about it. And I'm just like, and they're like, when did you change? And I'm like, baby, I've always been this way. Like, let's go back to 2015, 2016. When the show started. This show started in 2015, and I did a whole episode where I brought people on to sell me on why people should vote for Hillary. And then I did a whole episode asking people to sell me on why we should vote for Trump. And I did multiple episodes like that. Multiple. I've never been shy. I've been very outspoken about everything forever. It's just kind of how I've always been, So I don't think I've ever pandered, to be honest. I mean, maybe again, I've had this show for 10 years. It's now a daily show. Maybe you can find something, but for the most part, like, I've always been who I am. But no, I don't think I pandered. Basement bridesmaid. Not basement bridesmaids. What is pandering? Is that a secretive word for casting couch? Pandering and casting couch are two very different things. Casting couch is where you sleep with like a director or producer to get ahead, and pandering is just when you're, telling people what you think they want to hear so that they don't get mad at you. Yeah, what is pandering? Fucking Google it. I'm not an encyclopedia. I'm not a dictionary. Not a panda bear. I want to go on that rabbit hole about the panda bears not being real. Pandering is like getting people to like you in the most basic way of explaining. Yeah, you're doing things to you're taking the low hanging fruit and you're giving it to all the village people so that they can like you. You're like, oh, of course, I will save you. So. Oh, all right. I think this is where I leave you. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Isaac says that's the reason I don't trust any of those big podcasters. They want to sell the idea that podcast means independence, but it's not if your sponsors and your agency are usually suspects. Yeah. Very, very true. Very, very true. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is only a day away. And then Link Lauren is going to be on the podcast this Thursday. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Skater. Bye. Have a good one. Love you. Give me a follow, Just Being Zack. Follow the podcast, No Filter with Zack. And be sure to leave a review. Do all the things. All right, guys.